here we are again. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping you can hear me anyway, but why on earth is my camera facing that way? I mean, I'm facing this way. I'm looking at the TV like that, but my camera is basically looking at the TV like that. I mean, you may see me looking that way, but I'm looking that way, according to my camera anyway. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the technology these days, but hopefully you can hear me. I hope you can anyway. But, well, I did do a video earlier, but you couldn't see me. The camera was offline, and I completely lost all hope. But, well, from what I've been told, it is working now, so what is happening, everybody? It is your boy Brad here, welcome along to the Big Brad channel, and, well, from what's been rumbling, 2023 has been an absolute mad year. I mean, oh dear, what a start to 2023 we have had. We have had plenty of news, none so big as what broke last night. I mean, WWE are going through a little bit of a transitional period, and from what's been said, the company is looking to sell. Now, Vince McMahon is come back to WWE, and he's leading this sale of the company. Now, last night it was reported and broke by Stephanie McMahon herself that she has resigned as co-CEO and chairwoman of WWE. Now, she wrote a massive statement on Twitter, which I looked at last night, and I was absolutely gobsmacked by the fact that she has resigned. And I was thinking to myself, well, there must be something else going on for her to have suddenly announced this change. Now, from what's been said as well, the board of directors have unanimously voted Vince to be the executive chairman. I mean, we're going back to status quo. I mean, well, basically it's going back to the way it was before Vince left, which I am utterly disappointed in. But it is what it is. We as fans, we can't do anything about it. We're just got to sit back and hope that things will get better in the future. It was getting better. Vince, oh, let's turn the radio off. Ah, Jesus. But Vince, he just couldn't leave alone, could he? I mean, it is his company. He is one of the prime shareholders within the company, so he's got as much right to come back as anyone. But the company was doing so well under the control of Triple H, Stephanie and Nick Khan. I mean, it's unbelievable how the situation has drastically changed over the last 24 hours. And then, this morning, I wake up to the news that WWE is potentially, now, there's no confirmation yet whether it is true or not, but there is confirmation out there by some reliable sources that WWE is being sold to a Saudi-based project. I mean, a Saudi-based company. I mean, what more can I say apart from the fact that we're going to be, I don't know what we're going to expect as fans if the Saudis do take WWE, but we know for one thing that the WWE will go back to being a private company again. That's what's been banded around. But this is just unbelievable news. And just to let you know, guys, I may have to slip away within this video maybe, because I'm expecting a knock at the door anytime soon. But if I do have to slip away, I'll only be a couple of minutes, so it won't take me long. But 2023, I mean, it has been already 11 days in. It's already been a mad start. But this is just the straw that broke the camel's back, quite literally. I mean, the rumour is that Triple H is still keeping his job as COO of the company, and as well keeping his moniker as head of creative, but there are some rumblings that Vince will take that moniker back. I mean, we just couldn't have written it. You couldn't have written it if they'd have given you a script to actually go and say, oh, go on then, go and write it. But Jesus hell on earth, it is literally mad at what's happening in WWE right now. I mean, the company was doing so well, but then all of a sudden, we hear this news last night that Stephanie McMahon has announced her resignation as co-CEO and chairwoman of WWE. And then Vince McMahon is unanimously chosen as the executive chairman of the board and the company, which obviously means he's going to be the front line of attention for when a sale does occur. And now we're hearing that a Saudi-based company or some kind of public thing, whatever it is, I don't know the full like ramifications of them, but they are close. Well, not even close, supposedly. It's all but done. The deal is agreed in principle, but of course WWE will need to go down the route of with the shareholders and such to make sure that a deal can be done. But it's unbelievable. I mean, the WWE right now are in a mess. Well, I say they're in a mess, but it's mad. It is utterly mad at how from one minute the company was going through a very good transitional phase of when Vince retired, and then Stephanie and Triple H and Nick took over, and they were doing a first-rate job of steering the company into a new era. But then the old horse decides to come back and just take the company back, basically. And for me, it's a power play. It's a power play. Vince has played it right here because he's just basically come in and said, oh, I won't, what is it now, authorize any potential media sales or anything like that if you don't accept me as the new executive chairman, well, as the executive chairman of the company. But I just can't believe it. I'm just unbelievably shocked. But we will have to wait for more developments within this story because it's still just a rumour at this stage. No one knows whether it's confirmed yet because WWE haven't come out officially and said that these rumours are true, that they are selling to a Saudi-based authority place. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But what does this mean? What does this mean for the company going forward? Well, I bet them people that have come back, in terms of the people that were taken away from WWE due to the budget cuts, shall we say, they'll be worried now because Vince is back. So what if he decides to go, oh, we're going to do some more budget cuts and gets rid of all these people that Triple H and Steph have brought back? I mean, I'm just worried. I'm just worried about what's going to happen in the future. But oh, goodness me, it's mental. It is absolutely mental at what's happening right now. But we roll on. We roll on with what we have right now, and the fact that the WWE right now are in such good hands, but then all of a sudden Vince decides to go, oh, I'm coming back. It's like, why can't you just stay away? But he's one of the prime shareholders of the company, so you can't really say anything. You can't do anything. We can't do anything as fans. We've just got to take it as it is and just watch the product as it is right of now. But like I said, we'll just have to wait for more developments on this story because we don't know the ins and outs, the full ins and outs of whether this deal is true or not. But there's lots of reports saying that it is, and that the WWE will be sold to the Saudis. but I'm not even looking forward to it, to be fair, because the Saudis, they just, the way they've ran their shows, like over there in Saudi Arabia, like the Crown Jewels and the Super Showdowns and whatever else has been over there, the Elimination Chamber, some of them have been good, but then you get some with those legend matches like your Goldbergs versus Undertakers and the Brothers of Destruction versus DX that absolutely stink and flop the place out. But that's it, that's all they're there for. That's most of the superstars that go over there are there for that. The Saudi money. The Saudi oil money. That's all they're there for. But like I said, we as fans, we can't do anything about it. We just got to sit back and watch and see what happens. But am I excited about this potential sale of the WWE to Saudi? No.
I don't know that one.
And Alexa decides to start speaking to me. Thank you very much. Alexa, stop. Now, I don't know why she just spoke then, because I didn't even say her name. And she just magically starts talking. But, like I said, the WWE is going through a mad stage right now. But like I said, we're going to wait for more, like, developments on this story, and that when WWE finally do decide to come out with it and say, oh, we are selling, then we'll believe it. But until then, we just got to sit back and watch, because the Rumble's not too far away. It's only 2 weeks away, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks from Saturday, or 3 weeks from Saturday, I think. Saturday 14th. Yeah, 2 weeks from this Saturday is the Royal Rumble, 28th of January, for those of you that don't know, at the Alamo Dome. My thoughts on the Rumble. Now, I am looking forward to this Rumble very much, because there's a lot of big names that have been touted for the Rumble match itself, the men's in particular. One name that isn't going to be a surprise is, of course, the returning Cody Rhodes, because WWE have been hyping him up for weeks with all kinds of hype videos and packages and such like for his return. But it's nice to see him back after what happened last year with his torn pectoral muscle, and I mean, that was gruesome as hell. I mean, I watched that match at Hell in a Cell, and when he revealed the extent of the injury and the injury itself, the bruising around his pectoral region was just, oh, it was mad. I mean, I have not seen an injury like that for a long, long time. I mean, Cody, he fought valiantly through that cell match, but it was like WWE just thought, nah, you can't do any more damage to it, so you might as well do it. And that's what Cody did. He went out there and he performed to his level of amazement, and he, well, according to Meltzer anyway, he got a 5-star classic with Seth Rollins. And there's another name that's been thrown around the mill for a potential return to the Royal Rumble, and that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, The Rock, to set up a huge WrestleMania showdown with his not-so-cousin Roman Reigns. Now, the Bloodline is one of the hottest things in WWE right now, and The Rock coming back to verse Roman is the biggest match ever possible for the WWE. I mean, they cannot avoid that match, because it is a money match. It is a money match. But I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it. If The Rock's not there at the Rumble, then they could set it up another way. But all the pointers are pointing towards The Rock being in the Rumble, entrant number 30, and yeah, the rest is just history. Just doing this sale of a car. But I want to know your thoughts as well on this situation as well, guys. So if you get in the comment section and give me your thoughts on this developing situation about the WWE. But I am absolutely in shock. but we have to go as it is. And hopefully we will hear more on this story as it comes out, because we've only heard a certain side of the story, but we hopefully will hear more as the weeks develop. But let's be honest with you, I'm not even looking forward to it. Literally, I'm not looking forward if the WWE does sell to a Saudi-based company. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens down the line. Just delivering this car. I wanted to come on and give my thoughts on the matter, because WWE, I've been watching WWE for over near 20 years now, and I have loved wrestling. I have loved the WWE, and things that have gone on within the company, and the fact that we all know during the latter stage that Vince had lost touch, and he did subsequently retire from his position, and that was due to a scandal that had come out about him. But then also there's been another lawsuit that could be potentially thrown Vince's way, so we'll have to get, like I said, we'll have to wait on that one as well, because there's something about him breaching guidelines and such like, and company guidelines and such like. I think it's to do with this whole getting back into WWE, but we'll have to wait and see on that one as well, because Vince is just one of those people that just won't leave the good alone. I mean, the WWE was in such good hands with Triple H, Stephanie and Nick. They were doing a wonderful job, and now Vince is just coming to just make it back into what it was during the pandemic era, before the pandemic era, and basically just to make it his company again. But that's Vince McMahon. He just cannot give up what is his. But I'm just unbelievably shocked. But well, like I said, the Rumble is in 2 weeks, and there's been plenty of banded talk of potential like debuts and whatever else returns, and that's what usually gets fans up and excited. WrestleMania season is on its way, and this is the time where you usually get excitement within the company. But with this wholesale business, it's going to be a bit hard to really get excited. But at the same time, we've got to stay positive, because you never know, this whole thing might turn into something decent. But at the same time, you can't be too positive, because it could turn out to be negative. But at the same time, we've just got to wait and see what happens in the coming weeks after all this has broken. But like I said, the developing story that has happened, read last night, incidentally, I was reading it last night, that Stephanie had announced that she was stepping away from her role as co-CEO and chairwoman of WWE, and then it was broken that Vince was unanimously chosen to be the executive chairman of the board, which obviously gives him full power to do whatever the fuck he wants. And then we hear the story this morning that a Saudi-based company has put their name down and put a bid in that has been accepted by WWE, but we haven't had official confirmation from WWE as of yet, if that is the case, but we will get that in due course. But we as fans and as we as consumers of this brand and of this company, we want what's best for the company. as fans, because we give the money to WWE for like merchandise and such like, and other things. But at the same time, they need to give us a product that is worth watching, and that's what Triple H, Stephanie, and Nick Khan were trying to do. But obviously, Vince has come back now, so we'll just have to see if he sticks to this or goes completely against the new status quo and goes to the old status quo. But I was watching Punk's pipe bomb, and the things that he said during that promo actually seem to be ringing some kind of truth behind this now, because the things that he said, I'm not going to say out loud of what he said. You all know what he said by now. There was one particular line where he said this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead, but it seems to be ringing true, because Vince has just come back and just forced his way back into the company, which I find to be ridiculous. He's forced shareholders and the board of directors and all them to basically rehire him, shall we say, to be the executive chairman, and they've unanimously chosen him. That's just not right, because there was a rumour a couple of months back when the whole Vince McMahon returning thing was brought up into the light that there were certain members of the board, including Stephanie herself, that said that they didn't want Vince back, and they were right to say that, because no one wanted Vince back. Fans didn't want him back. None of the backstage crew, backstage personnel, any of the superstars, I don't think wanted him back. Probably apart from Austin Theory, because he was his fucking boy. But it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what's actually going on. That I just can't believe it. I'm just utterly in shock with the direction that the company is going in. I mean, I've seen a lot of things in my time in terms of like WWE being bad and all that, but oh dear, oh dear. But on a positive note, let's go into a positive now, because I can't be arsed talking negative, because it's just the same old shit. But 2023, at the beginning of the year, of course, WWE announced that they are bringing another PLE to the UK, and it's coming to London, England, at the O2 Arena, and yes, it is Money in the Bank, and I personally cannot wait, because hopefully I'll be going, but not 100% certain yet, because tickets will be selling like hotcakes, and everyone will want one. It was just like Clash, but this is much a smaller venue, so it's going to be much harder to acquire the tickets, but hopefully we get them, and hopefully it's a good day, and hopefully it's a good event that WWE put on. And by then the WWE will be sold. Well, it will be sold by the end of the month. Well, not by the end of the month. It could take months for a sale to go through. But at the same time, I'm just, like I said, I'm not looking forward to seeing what the WWE is going to be like within those next couple of months when it's sold, if it is going to be sold to the Saudi-based company. But I would like to jump onto the a bit more onto the football now. Transfer news. What do we talk about first? Do we talk about Joao Felix, who has just completed his loan move to Chelsea? Or do we talk about Mykhailo Mudryk, who is potentially looking to complete a move to Arsenal? We'll talk about Felix first, because I've got a lot to say about this one. And if you see me on Twitter, I've been very vocal on this situation. And the basis is that Chelsea have paid in excess of 15 to 20 million pounds to use a player, to borrow a player for 5 months. Could someone explain a loan fee of 11 million euros plus wages that take up to about, I don't know, about 16, 17 million euros, potentially. Why am I here? I don't know why I've come here. I'm not going to come here because I ain't got another car. I need to go to my massive lab. But, like I said, the fee that Atletico wanted, Chelsea just looked at it and thought, you know what? We'll throw the money at you. We'll take Joao Felix off your hands for 5 months. But here's the weird thing. He's signed a new deal. He has signed a new deal with Atletico Madrid. I mean, what?
Still here, friend.
Now, there's a reason behind it, because Diego Simeone is leaving at the end of the season, so he knows that a new manager will come in and hopefully be able to utilise him in the right way possible.
Good to see you. Feeling a little off? Okay,
But at the same time, Chelsea have just panicked by it, I think. I think they've just panicked and just gone in and just thought, well, we'll just take him. We'll just take him whether he's good or not. I mean, he is a young player still, but he is a good player. He is a really good player, but for me, Chelsea have just panicked and just thought, well, we'll just go splash out the money that Atletico wanted with no repercussions at all. But for me, they've just panicked. They've just thought, we'll just go and buy. Look at what Chelsea have done over the last 2 windows. They've spent over £300 million on players, and they sit 10th in the table. I mean, Joao Felix was said to have looked at that project and said he was happy with it. Can someone explain to me how that is possible? He's happy with being 10th in the table. He's happy being at a mediocre club that's going downhill. And the fact that he's accepted this loan, dry loan, no option to buy at the end, it's beyond me. But anyway, I don't care about Joao Felix. We were interested, but Edu did the right thing and stayed away from that stupid loan fee and the added wages on top and the taxes as well, which takes it up above 15 million. Joke, utter joke, for 6 months. For 6 months. It's mental, utterly mental. But that's just the way it works. That is just the way it works sometimes. And yeah, I'm just amazed at Atletico, the way they went about it and just thought, well, we're just going to command the best price possible. But at the same time, they just rinsed Chelsea of a hell of a load of money for a player that hasn't even proven his worth over the course that he's been at Atletico Madrid. But then, the reason why we backed out of a deal for Joao Felix was because we have all of a sudden taken a march and decided to put our money where our mouths are and go after Mikel Mudryk. Now, there's been a lot of negativity about this one because, yeah, Ukrainian league, not the prime and butter, but he is a sought-after player. There were hundreds, well, I'll say hundreds, but there were loads of clubs interested in him. There were loads. I mean, he is a sought-out young talent that could be one of the best players in the World Cup in the next 10 years or so. But as of now, he's hardly played in the Ukrainian league. They've only played so many games, and he's hardly played for the Ukraine. But obviously, he's not going to play that much because he's only 22 years old. But this is the kind of player that Mikel Arteta has been sorting out for ever since the window's opened. And he was the prime target. He was the primary target. And we seem to have taken a step to get closer to an agreement with Shakhtar Donetsk for Mikhailo Mudryk. But at the same time, there are a few little details that need to be ironed out before the deal is agreed. The main thing is the bonuses, because we're willing to pay 30%, but Shakhtar want 20. But that's the fee up front. We want to pay 30%, but they want 20% of bonuses, which means obviously they will get a higher fee up front for the deal. But at the same time, I'm happy. I'm happy with this signing because it's something that we do need, and he fits the bill perfectly in terms of a young star that's coming up through the ranks and becoming a necessity target for any other club. There were loads of clubs interested in him. There were plenty of clubs interested in him. But we've come forward and we've decided to lay our cards on the table, and Shakhtar clearly have taken a step back from being greedy. And basically the reason why they were being greedy was because of a fidget spinner. I'm just going to put that out there right now. To any Man United fan any Man United fans that watch this, I'm sorry, but you spent £85 million on a fidget spinner. 85 million. I mean, Anthony, he is a good player. Let me just say that right now. Anthony is a good player, but he is not the complete package for me. Not the complete package at all. Because, yeah, he scores some good goals. He scored a good goal against Man City. He scored a good goal the other night, last night, against Charlton Athletic. And everyone's going to be dancing and raving, going, "Oh, Anthony's worth 85 million! Oh, he scored a worldie! Ho, 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 ho!" Get a fucking grip. But the thing is, he is not worth 85 million. No way in God's green earth is he worth 85 million. And the money that we're paying for Mudryk, I'm exactly the same. It's not worth it. He's not worth that money. But they based it off that valuation of Shakhtar. They've said, look, they're spending 85 million on Anthony, so you will spend this much on Mudryk. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens in terms of how the deal will be concluded. But from what's being said, it is close to being finalised and could be finalised by the end of the week. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens in terms of how it's going to go down and such like. Moving on to other transfer news. There's not much, is there? But the main ones were Mudryk and Felix. Felix was completed only just about half an hour ago. But there have been plenty of rumblings in terms of other targets as well for teams. I mean, for me, Arsenal, we need a centre midfielder. That would be one of my other main priority positions to go after. A centre midfielder and maybe a centre back, but maybe a centre back could wait till the summer, but I think we need one right now. Because we're sorely lacking on that left side especially. I mean, there's Gabriel there on his own as a left-sided centre back, and we haven't got anyone else to play in that position. But we have the options on the right in terms of Holding and Saliba. But in terms of players on the left, we need a left-sided centre-back, and I'd say we should go get one this month, but we'll just have to wait and see what Edu and Arteta do in terms of other transfer dealings. But from what's being said, I'm happy. I'm happy with the way the transfer window is going, and the fact that we've got this Mudryk deal nearly agreed is a step in the right direction for me. But we need more. We need more in this window, and I'm just hoping that we do get some kind of deals concluded before the end of this window. But as of right now, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Just flying around on my bike because I've got nothing else to do. I've done everything that I needed to do. I've done the Lupe mission, sent her on her way, she got me 2 crates, done the bunker mission, done the office work mission for the exporting mixed goods, and I've just done 2 car deliveries, and my acid lab's not ready to deliver yet. So I'm going to end the video here, guys, and well, till next time, we'll see you later.